Okay, so hey guys, Lois here with Imaging Professionals of Indiana, and I have some great people here. We have Tim and Beverly Walden to join us on our lab this evening, and wanted to make sure that you know first that June 6th, which is very much around the corner, we have Jen Rosenbaum coming to share with us about the program is actually called Introduction to Boudoir. But I'll tell you what, I had a chat with her and I watched her TED Talk, and the posing and the lighting that she does, you can put that into high school seniors, you can put it in a family session. She's just really good at making women look good. So we'd love to have you there. The registration form or information is on our website, imagingprofessionalsofindiana.com. So, recording. Okay, hi Tim and Beverly. Good to have you guys.
Good to be here, especially with all our Indiana friends.
Yeah.
I guess I can't talk basketball because Indiana beat us last year, so I'm not going to talk basketball with anybody.
Okay, so. That's all right.
Other than that, we love all the people in Indiana.
So tell me what's new, guys. What are you doing that's exciting and fun?
Well, you know, we always try to do new things and kind of to accommodate the times and what's going on around us. And it's a tough time for a lot of image makers out there, and we found it to be an exciting time. I thought we'd share a few things, you know, that we love to share with people who maybe in these times want to know how to succeed, some of the key ways to be successful. And one of the statements Bev and I have always made when it comes to success in photography or any business really is that if you want to succeed, you have to create gaps between yourself and the masses. And I think in today's environment, you have to look for multiple ways to create those gaps between the masses. And you know, with all the people in the industry, and I know there's a lot of people that we're probably chatting with that the industry's changed for them some. You know, maybe many people are struggling a little bit or saying, wow, I'm having to work harder than I've ever had to work. I think if we can do a number of things, and I thought we'd share a few of them with you, is create gaps between you and the masses. I think we have preached, and I know you know this, Lois, for many years, that at the center of your success is defining a style that's unique from others, finding a way to carve out a look. And it's not in any one thing, it's in a multiple of things, carving out a way that people begin to recognize you and see you differently from everyone else. And I think one of the problems with that message is that we're people pleasers. Photographers are people pleasers. And they try to do so many things to please the masses, but I believe, and we've experienced, that our success today came and continues by creating gaps between ourselves and the masses. What are the others doing, and what can you do that they can't do? I think it's a wonderful time to do studio work. I know that our black and white portraiture has really elevated, maintained a lot of our ability to succeed in the marketplace because, number one, it's studio work, and number two, it's black and white. Most people aren't doing that. And I think what we do is, as image makers, is we run to where the masses are. What are they doing? And we try to say, I can do that better. But the public doesn't recognize it. And we've got to figure out, I think, how to carve out a niche. It's never been more important ever that people recognize you. And I'm going to make a statement that it may sound odd in the beginning, but if you think about it, it makes good sense. I think we have to be less concerned that people like what we do and more concerned that they know what we do. Because your success comes in distinction. And when we try to make sure that everybody likes what we do, we dilute ourselves in the marketplace. We have really set our course many years ago, and now we've kind of recommitted to saying, who are we? What does a Walden portrait look like? How can I take it to the next level aesthetically, emotionally, visually, technically, all of those ways, to where, not to where people like it, I'm not concerned with that, but where they recognize it. Because the people that love it, they will travel and they'll pay for it. The people that don't will go somewhere else. I think the first part of gapping yourself or creating that gap in the marketplace comes through distinction. What makes you unique? What makes you different? And this is a wonderful time to begin to do less. I think wisdom today is in knowing what not to do, not what to do. Because look at the industry we're in. It's got so many opportunities, so many things, and we jump through so many hoops that part of the lack of success comes in the fact that people don't identify who we are as artists. But if you were to sit there and think of great artists in your mind, certain images come to your mind, a certain look comes to your mind. And I think one of the things that I would say to image makers today, old and young, no matter who you are, if today's environment, business place, is more challenging and more unique than it's ever been, and it is for everybody, what can you do to identify yourself? What can you do to be unique in your offerings and your style? And then begin to, like a funnel, take all the things that you do and begin to hone it down till it gets to that one stream at the bottom of that funnel and carve out something that's distinctively you. And I will say this too, that's rarely one thing. It's not just black and white or color or this back. It's usually layers of things. It's the background, it's the lighting, it's the composition, it's the style, it's the substrates you print them on. Whatever, all of those things accumulate to shout one message, one gap between you and the masses. And I think that is the first step in succeeding in today is what can I do that is uniquely me? Be less concerned that you're going to please everybody, and more concerned that people know what you do. Don't worry about them liking it. Worry about them knowing it. Be excellent at it, and you'll drive the people that love it to you, and they will. It keeps people from shopping in that price and location realm that we want to avoid. Is because if you're not distinctive, you're going to be invisible in today's market, and people are going to shop price and location.